KCAL News Mornings.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, September 12th. Thank you so much for joining us here on KCAL News at 5 o'clock and streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. I'm Kalina Estrinos.
And I'm Christine Lazar, and we are back on Fire Watch this morning. And here's what we're seeing on SoCal's 3 growing wildfires.
To see a fire that's burning 40,000 acres in 24 hours, it's not an understatement when we say this fire exploded into town.
The largest active fire in our state isn't slowing down, and this morning the Bridge Fire is taking aim at 2 different counties.
The thought about being burned alive is nuts.
And evacuees are being forced to wait out the airport fire, which is still leaving communities at risk.
And I took a picture of my front door and said goodbye. And I know it sounds silly because it's just a thing, but it's just our home.
Heartbroken families ravaged by the line fire. They are now wondering what's next. Some will have nothing to return to, and for others, the danger isn't over yet.
And here's a look at the 3 wildfires continuing to burn this morning. The Bridge Fire began in Glendora. It's now burned far into San Bernardino County. That's the top left of your screen. The Airport Fire at the bottom of your screen, that spread from Orange County's Trabuco Canyon over into Riverside County. And the line fire started in Highland, top right of your screen, and is now threatening communities in Big Bear. And we are staying on top of all of it, giving you real-time updates with live team coverage.
We have boots on the ground, and we have an eye on the weather, plus road closures in effect. Let's begin with Tina Patel, who's live in Wrightwood following the Bridge Fire.
Good morning. We were just talking to some firefighters. They were actually stationed in the neighborhood where we are watching hotspots, but they say the weather has been really cooperating with them, and it feels like the fire is laying down. In fact, about 15 minutes ago, we could see a couple hotspots on the hillsides right above us, but now it's very hard to see even a little bit of flames. The hope is that this is what we're seeing around the mountain, that the weather is cooperating. I want to show you some video from yesterday because this is still the largest active fire in the state. More than 50,000 acres have now been burned in both Los Angeles and San Bernardino counties, mostly in the mountain communities. Unfortunately, we do know that there has been significant damage. About a dozen cabins and houses here in Wrightwood damaged by the fire, about 20 homes in Mountain Baldy. There when we were talking to firefighters this morning, they did not think that there was any additional homes or structures lost in the overnight hours. But again, this is a very large fire that is in a lot of mountain communities, and it's hard to know exactly where the most active parts of the fire are and where the threat is. That is something that we will hopefully get a better idea of as the morning goes on. Unfortunately, as we said, there are a number of people who were evacuated. Some don't know if they have anything to go home to. We talked to one man in Mount Baldy yesterday who told us what it was like to lose his home.
This is my home. This is the only place I've been for the last 30 years, and it's just sad.
Yeah, devastating for so many people. But what we are hearing from a lot is that the firefighters have done an amazing job protecting as many homes as they have. Really, when we were thinking about the terrain that they're up against, and then you add all the weather conditions, they had a very big job ahead of them. They were able to save a lot of homes here in Wrightwood. We were hearing story after story of just how people thought everything would be destroyed, and then they were really pleasantly pleased to see just the minimal damage. Of course, that doesn't help those who are affected. But again, what we're hearing this morning, we talked to both sheriff's deputies on our way up and then some firefighters. They say the conditions right now a lot better than it was 24 hours ago, a lot cooler. We're not seeing the winds, so they're hoping that they'll be able to take advantage of this cooler weather and start to get containment of the fire. We'll continue to stay here and update you throughout the morning. Right now, we'll send it back to you.
Tina, thanks so much. Stay safe out there. And south of Wrightwood in Lake Elsinore, the airport fire is only 5% contained this morning.
And it's still threatening more than 10,000 structures in Orange and Riverside counties. KCAL News reporter Cara Finstrom joins us live now along Ortega Highway, where that neighborhood has been under evacuation orders. Cara?
It is under those evacuation orders. And first off, I should note, significantly cooler out here as well, which is really good news for those firefighters. You can see one of the evacuation checkpoints here.